2.
Would you be able to obtain a Korean vintage helicopter? And I said, sir, I own 3 of them.
Hey, welcome back to Feed Drops, the podcast about podcasts. I'm Brian Colburn, and today we're heading into the VIP tent with the team from MASH Matters. And that was a clip. And we're going to review the episode that flies high, literally. It's called Choppers. And it features an interview with none other than Captain Ray Pass, the man who flew helicopters on MASH, the movie and the series. Whether you're a lifelong fan of the 4077 or just love behind-the-scenes Hollywood stories, this episode is a ride worth taking. MASH Matters is hosted by Jeff Maxwell, who played Private Igor on MASH, and co-host Ryan Patrick. Their chemistry is laid back, sharp, filled with reverence and humor for the legendary series. In this episode, they welcome Captain Pass, who brings some incredible insights, not just about flying, but about landing in front of the cameras as 5 o'clock Charlie. Here's another clip.
I don't know. Are you familiar with the episode 5 o'clock Charlie?
Oh, very well. Yes, sure. Absolutely.
Well, I also flew the airplane in that.
So you were 5 o'clock Charlie.
Yeah.
That was you. We saw holding the bomb and throwing it out.
Yeah.
All right, let's break it down by category using our 10-point feed drop system. Audio quality, 8.5. The episode is well recorded with clean vocal tracks and little background noise. Levels are mostly balanced, though a few moments felt slightly uneven, especially during transitions between host and guest. Still, for an interview recorded remotely, it's strong and listenable. Clarity, 8.0. Everybody speaks clearly, and technical terms are explained in a way any listener can understand. There were even a few moments where overlapping dialogue or tangents made things a bit muddy, but not enough to derail the episode. Content quality, 8.7. The episode delivers fascinating, specific anecdotes about how helicopters were used in the filming of MASH. From flying low over Malibu Creek to portraying a bumbling saboteur, Ray's stories are packed with detail and nostalgia. It's niche, but incredibly rich. Pacing, 8.3. The episode flows naturally without feeling rushed. A couple of segments lingered longer than necessary, but overall, the pacing supports the storytelling style, giving Ray room to breathe and the host time to react and riff. Tone and delivery, 9.0. Jeff and Ryan have a warm, seasoned delivery that instantly builds trust. They're fans and veterans at the same time, and they strike a respectful, funny tone. Their guest, Ray Pass, keeps up with their energy and humor with ease. Editing and post-production, 8.0. Editing is tight where it counts. There's a bit of room for polish, some transitions could use a little smoothing, and the intro music fades out rather abruptly. But the core structure is solid and nothing drags. Sound design, 7.5. There's minimal sound design here, which is typical for an interview-style episode. Some light ambient effects, like chopper sounds or archival clips, could have added an extra layer of immersion. But the simplicity works just fine for the tone of the show. Engagement and entertainment, 9.2. This is where the episode shines. It's entertaining without being flashy, with plenty of laughs and wait what moments. Ray's stories are engaging, and the hosts know how to keep things rolling without forcing it. Host and guest dynamics, 9.3. Fantastic chemistry all around. Jeff and Ryan are obviously comfortable with each other, and they make their guests feel equally welcome. The respect, curiosity, and humor flow naturally, which makes the interview really pop. Audience appropriateness, 9.0. The episode knows its audience. MASH fans, TV nostalgia lovers, and aviation nerds will feel right at home. There's a strong balance between fan service and accessible storytelling, which keeps it approachable for newcomers. Now, I have watched MASH a few times, every episode, and it's a show I grew up watching with my father, to my mother's dismay. She couldn't stand it. She would get mad. She would leave the room, and we would watch rerun after rerun, episode after episode. I, at one point, even had a MASH 4077 t-shirt that I wore every day during the summer, especially when we went outside to play war. Let's get to the average score, 8.6. That's a rock-solid rating, and it lands this episode firmly in the worth your time zone. What stood out to me the most is the authenticity. This isn't just a fan podcast, it's a time capsule, a history lesson, and a hangout rolled into one. You leave the episode knowing more than when you started and smiling about it. If you're a MASH fan, you've already downloaded the episode. But even if you're just into classic TV, Hollywood production stories, or aviation, this is a delightful, informative listen. That wraps it up for this episode of Feed Drops. Big props to the MASH Matters team, Jeff, Ryan, and Captain Ray, for sharing such great stories. If you've got a podcast you'd like me to review, head on over to Feed Drops and drop me a line. We're always looking for new voices to spotlight. Until next time, this is Brian, reminding you to keep listening, keep sharing, and keep those feeds full.